Here with UWL head wrestling coach Dave Malecek as we preview the 2023-24 season. UWL opens its season at the RCTC Open this Saturday. It's an annual trip that the Eagles make. But, Coach, before we talk about the season, let's talk about yourself here. 18 years now here. Just time flies, right? Just talk about what it's meant to be head coach here at UWL.
Man, David, I'm glad you say that. It's been 18 amazing years. We've had some highs and some lows, but the opportunity to work with some of these young men that have come here as assistant coaches and as athletes and our wrestling managers we've had, I've been truly blessed to be here for 18. When you say that, it sounds like, makes me sound kind of old, but I tell you what, it's every day enjoying still coming back every day, coming back every year to be a part of amazing university and an athletic department, and really it comes down to these guys on this team and this group that I get to be around every day. And I feel like we have built a culture here, we've built a program here that as we enter that 18th year of like keep improving, keep moving forward. And so yeah, it's been really good. I'm one of the elder statesmen here on campus now.
What's one or two things the most satisfying part of being the head coach here?
Well, I'd say there's a lot of things. I'd say we take such great pride in our graduation rate. We've had everybody that's wrestled for me for 4 years has graduated, and you're hard to find another program around the United States that can say that. I mean, some guys it took 5 years, and it took one guy 6 years. We won't mention his name, but we in all good, in all fun and games with that. But there's so many memories, the traveling with the teams representing this university, that Eagle L. I mean, it's come a long ways from, really proud of how our facilities have improved and advanced, how we've grown our coaching staff, to see guys that have come through here and gone on to be coaches themselves in D3, along with high school coaches. There's so many great memories. It's not all the wins and losses, man. I think some of the losses that we've had and how we bounce back from those and the lessons it's taught us, and seeing those guys walk across the stage and get their diploma, there's just so many memories. And then really for my family too, we've been here 18 years watching, we came here, my triple daughters were 3, and now they're juniors in college, and my wife was a stay-at-home mom, and now she's assistant director of admissions. So a lot of great memories here at University of Wisconsin La Crosse.
Let's talk about this year's team. Kind of have a balanced team.
Yep.
A lot of, we got some returners. I think it's like 16, but you have 19 newcomers. Let's talk about the returners first. We probably would be wrong not to talk about Nolan Hurdle first. He's a national champion, but you have a couple other All-Americans returning this year as well.
We do. We got a strong group coming back, and like you said, there's 16 returners, and we feel really good about these 16 that are coming through, and 19 new faces. But our returners, obviously, it all starts with Nolan Hurdle, and Nolan had an amazing season last year and had the opportunity to come back in graduate school and had a year eligibility left. Decided to come back, wrestle. Hopefully at the national meet, at down La Crosse Center as we host. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But Nolan really had an opportunity to come back, graduated, but for him coming back has done so much for this team. His work ethic, his demeanor, his leadership skills, and all that he does, that he wants an opportunity to wrestle again. And he knows that he's going to get everybody's best shot, but I'm really excited about the amount of work he put in. When Nolan made up his mind he was coming back, I haven't seen him that determined, that focused in his whole career. And so it excites us to see him come back, wear that UW La Crosse singlet again, and really lead this team into next year. Noah Leisgane comes back as a returning All-American, finished third at 165 pounds. That great story with Noah was our 4th string 165-pounder as a sophomore and put a ton of work in, and he got 3rd in the country last year as a junior and comes back for his senior season. Mike Douglas, returning All-American, was a backup guy his freshman year and part of his sophomore year and got in the starting role, and ends up being an All-American at the national meet and had a great conference and regional and national meet, and looks to solidify himself as a great heavyweight in the United States here at Division III. And Tyler Gable, national qualifier, come back at 149 pounds, and Tyler had a great summer. I really like where he's at, his mindset, and these guys have really matured and grown. We've had these guys since freshmen. They're all our guys that we started as freshmen and worked through and developed them, and I really like how they've progressed. Our assistant coaches have done a great job of helping them, and the guys in the program have helped each other, and I'm just really proud of the young men they are, but also how they've progressed as wrestlers.
And a lot of newcomers on the team this year, but talk about how you're going to mix those guys in this year as well.
Yeah, that's a great question. That's why we're going that open this weekend. I feel like we got a bunch of young guys, like you had said, 19 of them, but really 16 returners. There's some new guys that are going to be in that lineup, but then we have some freshmen and a couple transfers that came to us. and wanted a chance to be a part of the program. And we're going to mix those guys in and see how they compete this weekend at RCTC. And I think I've noticed the whole team of the 35 guys, this is probably the most depth we've had per weight class. We feel like there's some really strong guys at every weight class and multiple guys. And so that's been really fun to see in practice. I think they're excited to go and compete against somebody else and not beat each other up. And so I think every coach thinks that right now at this time of season. But I really feel like this is a team, a family that they've really kind of bonded. These new guys, the older guys, the returners have really brought along the younger guys, and they're mixing really well. And I'm really proud of those guys, the older guys from NOLA and Nolan and Mike and Ben and Gable, and all those guys have really brought these young guys along with them.
Well, what do you expect, not just WIC, of course,
right,
but regionally as well?
Well, I think, with the WIC, once again, another strong year. I think you're going to see probably one of the best Eau Claire teams that Coach Fader has put out there. They got, returning finalists, a returning third placer. They got some national guys back. I think you'll always have a great team with Whitewater. I got a new coach down in Platteville, does a good job. I think you're going to see a turnaround with improvement, maybe not turnaround, but improvement with Stevens Point. Johnny Johnson do a great job up there. And Oshkosh, Aaron's their second year there, and he's kind of getting his feet wet. And I think you're going to see a great conference tournament. I think you'll see teams battling all the way through every school that we have duels with. I think you're very strong, and that leads right into our regional, Dave, that the 19 schools in our regional, I feel like obviously Augsburg's returning national champs, and they have everybody back, and they're going to be really strong. They're ranked number 1 right now, and we love going into that environment. We love going into that regional. It's only going to get us ready for the NCAA championships, which we host here. And so I think you got numerous teams in that national rankings that are right there in our regional. And we always feel really good if you get through our regional tournament being one of the top 3s, that you got a really good chance at the national meet.
We're talking about the national meet down March 15th and 16th down at Lacrosse Center, renovated Lacrosse Center.
Yeah.
We had it scheduled a few years ago, got canceled because of COVID. Just what's that mean for you personally too, and the team and the program to have that back here in Lacrosse?
Well, I'm going to tell you, Dave, when I first got here in the fall of 06, and we were both young men back then, that I had this vision that I wanted to bring the national championship here, and I just thought to myself, why don't we have it here? We have the arena, we have the city, we have the support. Wrestling's important in this community, in the Cooley region, and we've now had it a couple times here, and it's a huge event to host, and it takes millions of hours to put together, and our administration does an amazing job with that. Kim Bloom now is going to be our tournament director, as long as the AD and Aaron Hansen will do an amazing job, and Carly Sprouse and Dave, you're involved in that, and our athletic training staff with Mackenzie. But all of you work together, and it's such a rewarding experience to bring it here, because we've traveled to all these national tournaments, and no one compares to UWL when they host that national meet. We take great pride in it. Everybody puts on a good show. It's for the fans, the athletes, the coaches. You ask them, this is the place they want to come to. And so you're going to see the best wrestlers in the United States in Division III, and I just get excited. It's a huge smile on my face because of the fact of all our alums, our family come back, we're wrestling at home. It's not added pressure. It's not like, we're doing anything special. We are doing what we normally do. We're going to try to compete at a very high level and have some success, but also we get to host and really give back to the sport of wrestling that's given us so much, and give back to the city. And then the people in the city love it when the Nationals come here. Our fans come, and it's great for our alumni. It's just great for our program. I just get excited for it. I drive by it almost every day, Dave, the Lacrosse Center. I get excited to know that March 15th, 16th, we get an opportunity, but I tell you what, we got a lot of work to do before we get there.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck this year.
Thanks, Dave.